Why do we lose motivation even during the first few hours of work? When we have a goal in mind, whatever it is, we start with total commitment. We are motivated and excited on the way to accomplishing the goal. But then comes that unpleasant moment that none of us likes.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
We lose motivation often during the first few days, but sometimes already after a few hours or even a few minutes of work. Our original enthusiasm and motivation to complete the given task is now somewhere in the past, and we see unfinished work that seems 10 times harder than before. At this moment, we will again start looking for our lost motivation on YouTube or other social media, for example, where some people have already completed the task and are at the goal we are trying to reach. We watch a few videos and can work hard again. Excellent. It's a great feeling until our motivation runs out again. This cycle of gaining and losing motivation is a widespread problem, and you've probably gone through it at least once. I struggled with it daily for years before I understood it. In this video, I would like to explain how I solved this problem with motivation and how you can do it.
Just do it.
If you want to work efficiently and consistently without relying on motivation, you must learn these two essential things. First, you must understand a fundamental rule. Today's result does not come from today's work. What you do today didn't get you where you are today, but it can get you where you want to be in the future. On the contrary, today's result comes from last month's work or the previous year. It depends on how big your goal is. I'll explain this essential information again with an illustration on this chart. We have memory, effect, and time. The things we do today, the work we undertake now, are stored ideally in our memory. We are here on the chart. Tomorrow, we will still remember almost everything from the work we did. The next day, our memory gets a little worse, the next day again, and so on, until we hardly remember our activities. The memory gradually fades and eventually almost fades away. The results we get from our actions today will occur later, even if we remember them well. Our motivation often disappears while working because we don't feel like we're getting any results. We all expect results immediately, preferably today. But in reality, the work we are doing today is producing results and even more results than we even realize. We just don't see them yet. Monkeys are amazing creatures.
Monkey.
They think in a way, I see I do. I don't see any results, I'll stop. This is precisely how our monkey brain works. We often lose motivation when we work because we don't see any results, don't make any money, or don't have enough feedback from our work. A great example is a workout. When we start, we are motivated to get in great shape. I have begun countless times, but it lasted only briefly. We stop working out after weeks because we can't see a six-pack in the mirror. The biggest problem is not in our technique or that we don't practice enough, but mainly in our short-sightedness. We need to stop wanting results immediately. In the things we want to progress, we must start thinking long-term. This is the only way to persevere in anything and move forward. We now know that the results we achieve today come from the work we did in the past. If you've grasped this fact, congratulations, you've just figured out how to work efficiently and consistently, even when your motivation is failing. You already know you have the results, you just can't see them yet. But wait, don't go anywhere. The first half of success is behind us, but to really have the ability to work hard without motivation, you need to learn another thing. We know how our results work, but we must change how we look at ourselves to complete the equation. Change our self-image. I'll explain right away. If we see ourselves as people who cannot work without motivation, we will act like those people. So we are currently struggling with work without motivation. In that case, we must first prove to ourselves and believe that our current self-image is inaccurate.
It's not me.
If instead, we begin to see ourselves as people who can work consistently and can work, especially on days when we don't feel motivated, we will act like that type of person and always get the job done with or without motivation. It is a change of habit. It takes no more than 21 days to build a new habit. Unfortunately, there is no fixed time in which it is possible to change your self-image. It is an individual thing as everyone goes into it with different commitment and determination. However, I can confirm from my experience that the rule of 21 days to acquire or change a habit works. If you really dive into it with all your might, it doesn't even take 2 weeks. Changing your self-image is not time-consuming. Far more important here is the regularity of performing even small productive activities daily. This will change how we look at ourselves and get us where we need to be. Changing your habits is a skill that is one of the most important things to improve your quality of life. It works so effectively because working every day, even for just 20 minutes, we prove to ourselves daily that we can work without motivation. This will cause us to think of ourselves as productive people, slowly but surely. So for the next 2 weeks, sit down for at least 20 minutes every day, preferably at the same time, and work even if you might not be motivated or feel like doing something else. The goal of this exercise isn't to get things done, but if you do, consider it a super bonus. We do it mainly to change our self-image. We learn to work without motivation. During these 2 weeks, you will prove to yourself daily that you can work every day. You prove to yourself that you are the type of productive person. Try this experiment and look at it as a fun thing. Think of it as a game. I'm sure most of you watching this video right now won't. I challenge the rest of you who want to work on your dreams effectively and move forward in life to be different from them and accept this challenge. Remember that these short 20 minutes out of your entire day have the potential to change your whole life for the better. Is 20 minutes a lot? I would greatly appreciate your feedback in the comments on how these practices have worked for you. So try this experiment for the next 2 weeks. And if at any time during that time you start to doubt yourself or what you are doing, it will help you to play this video again.